Good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 72 now. It's coming up to 20 past 10 on this grey Tuesday morning. Barry, Dale, and Mark English with you on the final leg of In the Studio and Out the Belt. We'd like to go over what we discussed yesterday on the program. Don't let anyone else's opinion fall onto you. If you don't like what people are suggesting to you or saying to you, just say thank you for your input, but no thank you. I am wise enough to make my own decisions. I will ask for your opinion if I need. And joining me now in the studio for episode 72. Good morning to Mark. How are you today?
Very well, thanks, Barry. Pleased to be here, of course, and I've had a lovely little journey to get here. Very pleasant drive, I have to say, this morning. So the day has started well.
And we welcome you, viewers, along as well. It is coming to the end of our out and about journey and in the studio journey. Here's Mark to open our Tuesday session with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, it would appear that there are only about 2, maybe 3 weeks left after this.
3 weeks.
3 weeks after this. So we're definitely drawing to a close. And as Barry said, it is disappointing for the Queensland viewers that we're losing you back to New South Wales. But of course, it's an absolute bonus for you to be able to finally get what you want and move back to New South Wales and family and friends, and you had a lovely lifestyle going. So I'm sure they'll all be pleased to have you back.
So, today we'd like to go over respecting people's choices. Okay, don't let other people's opinions fall onto you. If people don't like what you're suggesting or what they're saying to you, don't let them tread on you. For goodness sake, here's Mark.
You're very, very correct, Barry. People don't have the right to tell you how to live your life, and it's entirely your choice when, how, why you do what you do. So whilst you're always going to be offered free advice, there's certainly no reason. And you can just politely thank people for their opinion and completely do the opposite if that's what you want to do.
But on the same token, guys, please do not be rude about it.
Yes, there's no need to be rude about it. It's just a matter of, yes, thank you for your opinion. My preference is to do this.
Okay, it's okay to voice your opinion, ladies and gentlemen and viewers who are watching our show out there this morning to really take in what we're saying about this. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this morning. And if you've got any comments to make on the show, excuse me, if you've got any comments you'd like to make on the show, about the show, all you've got to do, write in 64 Brentwood Drive, Ebervale 4304. But like we say, if you don't feel like writing in, guys, the choice is literally up to you. And we respect that. So, getting back on the history, moving off respect. Okay, it has been a wonderful journey bringing out and about and in the studio to you. Now, we wanted to bring out and about to you so that we can show you, okay, the different sites of Brisbane and all that. But sadly, guys, we're going to be bringing the show to a close very, very soon. In a matter of a number of weeks. Okay, it is really sad for the Queensland viewers, but please do continue to enjoy the show whilst it lasts. Here's Mark.
Yes, well, as we said, we've got another 3 weeks to go after today, and hopefully we're going to be able to make the most of that time and bring you some more updates.
But as a Glass Tiger, says, don't forget me when I'm gone, Queensland. Here's Mark.
Now, I've got to ask you, Barry, is Glass Tiger a song reference?
He's the guy that sings it.
Right. Well, I'm sure we won't forget you when you're gone. So, that's the interesting thing about this particular form of communication. You're never gone. Doesn't matter where you are or when you do it. Once it's up there, it's open to the world, and we can all follow you no matter where you go. So I'm sure that the Queenslanders that are following you now will continue to follow you.
So, like what? Excuse me. Get out of there, frog. Yeah. So luckily, as we were saying, friendships never end, and the show will not end either. It's just that I will be doing the show back in Sydney at a different location. And however, if you happen to see me back in Sydney and you feel like it, give me a smile or a wave. I like that. Pop on in and see how I present the show. Watch me do it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So what we'd like to say now is thank you for being my friend up here in Queensland. And here is Mark.
Well, you've got lots of friends up in Queensland now, so hopefully you might come on holiday with us at some stage, which would be nice. And maybe we'll be down to see you in New South Wales. I'm sure I will.
Well, you are more than welcome to come and visit.
Well, you're very lucky, Barry, because you're moving to a part of Sydney that I actually have some vague knowledge of. So, more than happy to head out your way and come visit.
And maybe be a guest appearance on the show.
That'd be very nice. I'd thoroughly enjoy to have another day out doing out and about, but in Sydney.
So, yes, guys, it really is coming to the end of an era here for both Mark and I. And we don't want to repeat ourselves, but I feel we've got to, because like for some of you, I don't think you've seen our shows yet. So we're going to be relaying them shows and stuff to to those of you that haven't seen the show yet. So we'd like you to come along too for the journey. There's plenty of room on the wagon. Here's Mark.
Absolutely. The YouTube wagon's huge. So, everyone that wants to come along, there's room for you.
There's never a shortage of room, ladies and gentlemen. So if you feel like popping in, yeah, popping on the wagon, boarding passes are free. Take a seat and come along for the ride of your life. Here's Mark.
Yes, I like the idea of the Barry Fear flights and taking people to places they haven't been before. So it'll be a very good exercise when you go back to New South Wales, and you'll have a chance to rejig the show and do anything, make any changes that you want to make, and you'll certainly be working with a much more familiar area than up here where it was all experimental.
And it was. So we're going to cut to another shot now. So just a moment. As of Tuesday, February 14th, the show that you've been watching since May last year will soon be no more. What began on May 30th will be no more. And here's Mark to tell you about it.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, we've had a very nice ride, and most of it, to be honest, unexpected, because you were thinking that back in May when we first got together that you were only going to be at the house for a few more weeks, and it's proved to be quite a few months. So we've managed to do a lot more than ever expected, and it's been a fantastic time. So very sorry to see it come to an end. But of course, the upside is that you get to go to where your heart is obviously firmly entrenched, and back to your family and your long-term friends, and hopefully you'll be reinvigorated and ready to really make the most of making that come true again for yourself. You're going to be back where you feel you belong.
So as of Tuesday, February 14th, will be our very last program here. So at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, February 14th, the camera will be switched off, studio lights will be dimmed, and I will be getting ready to pack. Here's Mark.
You will be ready to pack. Mind you, I suppose it'll take almost a week to get everything sorted, repacked and ready for the move. It is a big move, and you have accumulated furniture and no shortage of clothes and bits and bobs and computer gear and music gear and an amazing array of stuff that needs to be packed and moved.
So, guys, as of Monday the 20th of February, Prime Television will be no more. It will become CPA television. Here's Mark.
Yes, but as they often say, Barry, what's in a name? So changing the name, I think we should expect more of the same from you. And unless you completely change the format of the show, so it might be a change in name, but we'll still be watching Barry Fear do Barry Fear.
So like we just said, it has been a wonderful journey, guys. It really has, and I thank you so much for it. Now, if you viewers weren't watching, okay, then Mark and I wouldn't be here bringing the show to you. And by you watching our show, it means a lot to us. Because from humble beginnings, when we trekked up to the Story Bridge, okay, the episodes just shot up like Jack and the Beanstalk. The episodes grew. We missed a couple of episodes due to COVID, but beep happens. Here's Mark.
Yes, it certainly has been an adventure, and disappointing that we missed a couple of episodes. But as you say, beep happens, and there's nothing you can do about it except ride it out and wait until we were all fit and healthy again and ready to get back together. And of course, the beat that happens with regard to everything to do with COVID, hopefully is down, but it's certainly made our lives for getting taxis and all sorts of things way more difficult than it should be, and hopefully in the future it's going to be much simpler.
So, the show is not over yet. Well, we've still got plenty more on today's show coming up. And we will go through all of this today on the show. Now, on a serious note, guys, like we said yesterday, if you're watching this and somebody is trying to put your, if somebody is trying to put their opinion onto you, tell them to stop it, tell them politely to go away, and let you make your own decisions. Just because they've made they've got an opinion, it doesn't mean you have to go on their wagon. You go on your own wagon and you drive on your own road. Here's Mark.
Yep. So what you're saying is politely listen to whatever is offered to you. Just suggest that you have a different opinion, which is better suited to your life because it's your life, and that you're going to choose to do whatever it is that you're going to choose to do, regardless of other people's opinions.
And like we say, if you don't like what people are saying, just tell them either get on with it or let it go. Here's Mark.
Yes, exactly the same story. It's your choice how you deal with it. You can choose to ignore it, smile, thank you for that, and walk away and just do whatever it is that you want. Or you can say, thanks, but I actually have a totally different outlook or desire or want or opinion or belief, whatever it is that's different. If you feel the need to shut it down, just tell people you have a totally different opinion and it's not going to be swayed by theirs.
So, if you are watching this, get a pen and a piece of paper and write a few things down. Okay? Never mind about what other people think. It is your life out there. Don't take any notice of what people are saying to you if they're going to be selfish and take control. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, it won't work with me because I'll just say, too bad, I'm doing it anyway. Well, it's coming up to 20 minutes to 11 now, or nearly a quarter to 11 here. We've got an appointment coming up in the bank, so we will talk to you in the second part of our show today, and we're going to be talking more on this, because for those of you that have just tuned in, don't go away. Here's Mark.
Yep, we'll be back with more after we've been out and about. So, as Barry said, we're being picked up at 11 for an appointment, and hopefully we're not out waiting for taxis to come and get us to bring us back, and we'll see how the day goes.
And we will see you very soon, guys. See you soon.
Bye for now.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Silkstone now. And this is a new destination here in Ipswich. Well, today I've just been to the doctors and we'll tell you a bit more about that. But just to give you an idea of what happened here, I've got a bit of an infection in the ear, but nothing to write home about. We won't go on about it in the show. But what we would like to discuss is how important it is to attend medical appointments. Now, we discussed this last year on our last program back at Marumba Downs, and joining me now is Mark English. Good afternoon. Welcome to yet another episode of Out and About, and it's Silkstone this time. Welcome along to you.
Thanks, Barry. Good to be here, of course. Nice to get out, I've got to say.
And it's very important that you attend your doctor's appointment. Why? Because you may have something. And remember, be honest with the doctors when they ask you questions. You may feel embarrassed. Here's Mark now to open our second part of episode 72 with this.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, it's a good point that you make. Unfortunately, doctors can only go on the information that you tell them or that they can physically see. So if you don't tell them exactly what's wrong with you, then they've got absolutely no chance of figuring it out. Generally speaking, most conditions are diagnosed from a history in combination with tests to prove or determine what's wrong. So if the history, which is the bit that you have to tell them about, isn't accurate or correct or full in its detail, then the doctor can't possibly know what's wrong with you because they don't know what the symptoms are.
So, like with me, for example, I told the doctor that I couldn't hear. So she looked into my ear and said I've had an infection. So we won't go too much into that on the show because I don't want to put you viewers off your lunch, whatever you're gonna have. So I'll still leave this out. So what she has done is given me a script. Okay, we'll show you what a script is. Okay, so the script, okay, is what the doctor filled out. Okay, so it tells the patient, okay, how many times to,
That's what they look like?
what they look like. And on it, it says,
Well, it's got all of your details, all of the doctor's details and the drug details and the instructions for how to use the drugs.
so sometimes, guys, the doctor may give you a repeat prescription, and at the chemist, you hand in the script, and then the pharmacist will print out the label, okay? Okay, and then you take the medicine home or the drops or whatever they prescribed, okay? And the rule about drugs is you've got to finish the course. Here's Mark now.
Yes, so mostly they're dispensed in treatment size batches. So you should finish the course that you've been allocated. So if they tell you to do something for 10 days, then you're meant to be doing it for 10 days. Not after 6 days saying, oh, I feel better, I'll stop. So the idea is that you complete the course so that any residual effect that maybe you can't feel pain anymore, but you still might have infection, and if you stop taking the treatment, it can come back. So the idea is that whatever the course is that you've been given, you complete that, and if you're better, then you're better, and if you're not, you need to go back and see the doctor again.
And so the rule is, guys, with drugs, don't just stop taking them after 5 days, because the infection could be quite serious, and you may have to have 2 weeks of antibiotics, and depending on where the infection is, it could be on the leg or on the foot or on your face or in your ear. Well, in my case, it's in my ear, so very painful indeed. So I was a very brave patient this morning. So always be on time for your appointment as well, and make sure you have transport arranged. You won't get marked to and reenact on that because we've discussed this before in the past.
Our taxi is arriving outside Coles.
Okay, so we will continue this.
Later.
We will continue this, and here's Mark to close.
Right, we'll get back to you, but at the moment we have to dive off to make sure we get our taxi because they're very hard to get, and when one comes, we don't want to miss it.
Okay, so we will see you after the break, guys. Stay tuned.
Bye.
Well, good afternoon again and welcome back. Here we are outside Nando's. They're a chicken joint and they do burgers, chips, chicken, you name it. Well, today we've been talking about committing ourselves to doctors, well, talking about the doctors, but the most important thing is telling them the truth. And here now to continue this.
Got a burger and the chips will be out shortly. I'll
Just
just pop it
there.
on the table for you. There you go. Enjoy, fellas.
Thanks.
Thank you, mate. So the important thing is to really stick to your facts when you go to the doctors and tell them nothing but the truth. Here's Mark now for his opening sequence on the continuation of episode 72 with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, as I mentioned before, as doctors can only determine what's wrong with you if you give them a proper history, which means you must answer their questions honestly so that they can have a genuine understanding of what's going on and not trying to diagnose you with half the information. So it is essential that you answer all the questions honestly and give them an honest appraisal of what's wrong with you.
So don't just babble on about your personal life, because they haven't got time for that. Here's Mark.
Yes, well, we all love waiting, don't we? And we all wonder why when we go to the doctor they can be an hour behind when they've only been open for an hour. And mostly it's because people don't give them the information they need in a succinct manner and move on so that they can get on with their day and see the next person.
So only go to the doctors for what you really want them to see them for, and make sure you've got everything prepared like your concerns. Tell them what if you need a script for something. Make sure you tell them exactly what you want, because like we said yesterday, the doctors are not people are not mind readers. So write the information down before you go, hand it to the doctor, and then that way the doctor's job is a hell of a lot easier. Here's Mark.
Yes, I don't know if they write it down by all means. So if you're prone to forgetting what's wrong with you when you go to see the doctor, write it down if you need a reminder. But honestly, if you go to see the doctor for something that's wrong with you, I'm hoping you can remember what's wrong with you, unless that's what's wrong with you. So, just be honest with answering the questions that you get asked, and tell them why you're there. I have pain here, I have an ache there, whatever it is, but just be upfront about it.
And don't lie either to them.
And the fresh chips, I'll just pop them there as well.
Thanks, mate.
There we go, guys.
Thank you.
No problem.
And be honest with the doctor too, because if you spend like 20 minutes trying to tell them, but it's been aching for days and days, well, then they don't have time for that. So guys, please keep your consultation to a minimum, as doctors have other patients to see. Here's Mark.
Yes, be swift, thank you.
Be swift and take your script and go. Here's Mark.
I'm not sure what with your script is, whether that's, I'm assuming go and get it filled as soon as you can and start following the instructions to make sure that you maximise the opportunity for the treatment to work. I can't say much more than that.
So we've got a food review now, and there's Mark's burger there, and there are my chips. So we're going to cut today's show short, okay, and we'd like to say a really big thank you to everybody for tuning in over the past 10 months. We've had a lot of fun together, guys. So, guys, we're off to have some lunch now. So, thank you for your company today. And before we do go, if you have anything that you'd like us to cover before we wrap up the show, our address is 64 Brentwood Drive, AB Vale, 4304. But like we say, if you don't want to put your return address, we respect that too. So, from us now, have a great afternoon, and we will see you next Monday. And the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, we don't need to remind you because you know what it is. 000. Please don't use that number for stupid, trivial issues. Okay, don't waste their time. Here's Mark now to close episode 72 with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, it's very important that line is kept open for emergencies only, and anything that distracts those people from their job just potentially endangers somebody who does require one of the emergency services. So please be respectful of what their job is and what they're there for, which is to help people that need help.
Because I may need it one day, so don't be an idiot. So we're off to have our lunch now and take a good look at that view there. So if you're in the Riverlink area, check it out. So from Mark English and myself, until we see you on episode 73 on Monday, enjoy the rest of your week.
See you soon, everyone.
I'll see you soon, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye now.
Bye all.